Hmm. Good evening, heroes and heroines, and welcome to Practising Programming in C. Unfortunately, it seems that I am uploading at a weird rate here. Like, I've already dropped 200 and odd frames. And the like the kilobits per second keeps dropping down to like below this number. But maybe I'll just do this anyway. I mean, the reason this is probably the probable reason for this is that I'm currently downloading Absolver to my PS4, and maybe that is affecting the upload speed. But I mean, it won't affect the recording at least. So I suppose we could just just roll with it, maybe. Suffer through a suffer through a janky stream. And then if folks who want to watch the stream actually want a good experience, they can like watch the watch the VOD on YouTube later. I guess we could just do that. Yeah, I mean, I've got nothing else to do because Absolver is currently downloading. It's apparently an 11.5 gigabyte download, and it's saying it'll take 4 hours. So I mean, I might as well do something. So let's go for it, I guess. Yeah, and I guess I just have to periodically apologise for the drop frames and stuff. But as I say, if you're watching this on YouTube, then hopefully this is all recorded just fine because it's a local recording. It's not having to go anywhere. So yeah, let's go for it. Let's get some music on. And interestingly, this bit of music here was released on this day 17 years ago. Is that right? Well, not 17. It was released, 17 plus, so 23 years ago. Is that right? God. It's now 2017. This was 1994. Yeah, 23 years ago on this day, Slint's eponymous EP was released. And then in that same year, Boards of Canada's Music Has the Right to Children was released in April. Likewise, Tortoise TNT in March. So, like, 1998 was, like, an incredible year for music, honestly. But you can't hear any of it because it's not copyright safe, basically. So yeah, I'm sorry that you're just going to have to imagine this music. But yeah, where we left off last time, I was in a situation where I needed to compute the paths of things, the relative paths of CSS directory, JS directory, and images directory, for the purposes of putting it into, and I also figured out how to do this, by the way, but for the purpose of putting it into this little thing here. And I had one other consideration to consider, which was the path of like the index file or the contents file, and like how everything kind of how that path and the ones like below that, how they relate to the actual directory. So rather than actually kind of trying to imagine what the situation is with those other files, other web pages in play, I'm just going to straight up make it, basically. So today, yes, I'm going to do the contents page. So the contents page is going to link to all of the people. So you probably can't see, but like Risky 12, for example, Risky 11, Risky 10. It's gonna link to all these people. So that's basically the idea for today. And I worked out. Oh, it's just the styling, wasn't it, of this? So, but I can show you. It was just I don't even know what I was doing before now. I think I was trying to do it as a div. Oh, I think I didn't do the text align center. Is what I think I didn't do. But I just made that an H1, and then it does it. And also before I wasn't actually. After changing the style, I was forgetting to regenerate it, so that was one of the issues. Yeah, but today, let me just actually mock up a little thing. Basically what I'm thinking of doing is making definition lists, I think is what they are. Pretty sure that this is how... don't just list definition item. I might actually just check this out actually. DL tag. So we've got DL, a DT with a DD. Okay. And that'll be the end of that. So basically this is going to be like for example Risky 1, and this is going to be the title of that episode. So that's called Mystery Unboxing. So it'll be something like this, I guess. How do you do this? Stream, yeah, welcome to it, Let's go. I figured I might as well do something. Wow, Absolve always downloaded. So HTML head. Cinera head body. Guess this would be okay. So rather than this is going to be the list, and then this whole thing I think probably needs to be wrapped in an A if possible. seem to be okay. So definition title. So I guess actually it makes sense if this is the title. And if DD is like a picture or something. Or like a snippet of the text or something. And then we could like style that accordingly. Would that work now actually, I wonder? No. I reckon it would actually though if I just copied the contents into the test directory. So if I save that there. Ah. Well, this is probably because it's not being served up by a server. Isn't it? I would guess. Because I think a server would automatically give me that. I suppose I could actually test that, couldn't I? If I were to just... Could I do this? If I ask in the entire test directory to... Yeah, I reckon I could do this. So let's put the entire test directory out there. Don't think that would be a problem. Could be completely mistaken, but I don't think it'll be a problem. Oh, right, yeah. I suppose technically, this person should be at index.html. But yeah, you can see that just goes straight to there. So I guess I'll just do that instead. Now, would this be smart enough, I wonder, to just upload the one file? Yeah. So there we go. And obviously this isn't how you'd actually want to display the thing. You'd actually style it. So that's a definition list. If I try and do... Well, it's just... 403 forbidden. Yeah, I know. Oh, mind you, yeah, this like it wouldn't be much help to do these a bunch of times. Well, I don't know. Let's do it anyway. And let's see if this will work. It will. So I don't know. Um, God. Yeah, I mean that'd be fine. So this is doing test index. Yeah, you can see that. You can see just down here, hopefully, that's the URLs are changing. Yeah, so I think this is roughly what I want to be aiming towards producing today. It's basically just a table of contents, basically. And it's only this part of it that I actually care to actually produce. This part should come from a template, but if we don't have a template, then we will automatically fill this in for them. So let's see how we're going to go about doing that. It's time to ship it. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I'm very tempted to. I mean, it does feel pretty polished as it is. I mean, like, what more do you want, really, from a website? So buffers do HTML. Yeah, just bear with me while I just reacquaint myself with the actual code. So what we're talking about here is when we're in the project edition. Get hired as a front-end mastermind. I should do, shouldn't I, really? Yeah, so it's basically here. If edition companies, edition projects. Check. What does check mean? Is that just check that the output directory exists or something? Guess that's what that means. So here we're looping over the files in our project directory. Finding all the HTML files. So yeah, we're going to be working in the base directory, basically. But I always had this thing that part of the point of this is that it's going to do the searching functionality first of all. Well, eventually, rather. that's what the end goal is, and for that I think I need an index file. So I think let's start by producing that index file and use the index file to generate this contents page. And I think for ease, just to start it off, I'm going to do just a really simple index file, which is just going to contain, it's going to contain literally this information. It's going to be risky 001 and the title. I think that's all it will contain. I suppose technically this actually could just be like that, I guess. I think that might be okay. What else can this contain actually? Definitely the DL tag. Definitely is using a term as DT definitely, and that describes each term name. Okay. Yeah, those seem to be okay. Yeah. So yeah, let's just do that. Let's produce an index file. And the index file is just going to be a comma separated list at the moment. So it's just going to be 001 mystery unboxing. Right. And then risky 002, whatever the title of this. Okay. So here, rather than HTML to buffers, we're first of all going to build index. Right. And build index is going to take probably the config. And the base file name. And the title of the project. So it's the collation buffers title. Technically, probably. Well, what does this guy take actually? Oh, we're in main, aren't we? So yeah, we don't have the thing yet. Ah. Oh yeah, and this also means that we'd have to do it after HTML to buffers. It's just all in one file. Yeah, it's all one source file, yeah. Partly because I want to do the one build system, which is just this, and I haven't figured out. I haven't figured out how to do that with multiple files. Well, yeah, I mean, most of this actually is HTML, honestly. Like, it's nowhere near 3,000 lines of source code. At least I hope it isn't. Yeah, like you've got it, search credentials, you've got something like copying 4 lines of HTML, bunch of HTML copying there. Yeah, I guess most of the copy string to buffer calls are to do with copying, outputting HTML, basically. This needs to be configured, doesn't it? Although, I mean, if I make that configurable, it's like the person who hosts the thing at the other URL would have to comply with Insobot's sort of style. So we're down to print usage already. Validate template. Oh yeah, I had an idea regarding the validate template as well, by the way. But maybe I'll hold off on that until we get there. Yeah, and then this HTML buffer. So this is going to be where all of this stuff actually happens. Like there's HTML going in there, HTML going in here. Guess these can go on one line, I guess. Bunch more HTML. Oh yeah, I think this is actually unnecessary. Let me see if that's true. Oh, and also this isn't going to build, is it? Oh. Hold on, what does this do? Copy string to buffer. It does do it with a VSM printer. Copy string to buffer. HTML safe. CSV safe. Is it just fprintf? Oh, that's printed to the thing. So I got a minute. What is this doing? It's copying the text to the menu. Okay, so the text is going to be. The text could be anything. Yeah, let's just try doing the HTML safe one. Don't know exactly how this is going to happen. What? Can I do the whole lot? I wonder. Let's actually just simplify this and write down to do with test.html. And all we're looking for here is that the quotes are written in. Stay risky when I dream of nice things. So yeah, if I'm not terribly mistaken, that's fine. That's done the business. Bit of available. Oh, I bet it is. With that hot reloading of the config, looks fantastic. So yeah, this is my information here, and this is all going to be safe anyway. So I can just do a quick BSN printer or whatever it is. The quote info text is not under my control, so that needs to be safeguarded, kind of. And this is me again. So yeah, I believe that the CSV safe guy can actually just go. No, that isn't used anywhere else. And the only difference between that and the HTML safe was that if there was a double quoted thing, like if there's one of these, it would increment the string twice. That's pretty much the only difference. Yeah. In fact, I believe that was exactly the only difference. So yeah, if we ever need that in the future, we can just quickly just pop that back in. But yeah, we're going through all of this, weren't we? Colour stuff. Search credentials. Oh right, yeah, we got down into the thingamajig to buffers, didn't we? HTML to buffers. Yeah, and then it's just all this kind of HTML copy and stuff. So it's quite tweaky, and I don't think it's not very programmatic, I don't think. It's just a lot of copying crap around, basically. There's a note there. I've no idea what that note's for. And there's another note here. Yeah, I don't think this is necessary. Indentation levels. So yeah, there's all this palaver here for the help text. Like all of this is from here down to here. That was all for the help, and the help is only this. It's just that. And then the JavaScript. So yeah, there's a bunch of non-code stuff in this thing. Build index is what we're doing. Yeah. So on the config, base file name. We are going to need an index buffer. Is that just a picture? No, it's not a picture. No, it's what's its face? It's an actual it's actual text. Yeah, it doesn't generate it into a picture. That would be pretty insane if it did that. Yeah, it's rendering text. So I think build index can get a buffer for the index. It's receiving the base file name and the collection buffer's title. Well, let's say int. This is going to be a buffer, pointer to a buffer. The config buffer. And if it succeeds, it returns 0. Oh, right, yeah. What is config? Oh, it's a config, isn't it? Of course. So, first of all, we want to say... Basically, we want to open up an index file. Oh, I need to actually construct the thing for it. Yeah. Pretty sure I do need to do this like this. I guess. And this really doesn't matter at all. Like, I can totally play around with this. Open it as thingamajig. This is going to be the index path. I would like to return an actual error code, which I still haven't actually sorted out. If we have got the thing, then what we want to do is we want to read it into a buffer. This is a total guess, but I presume it'll be okay. So now let's f-read this index file into our buffer, so it's Bjorn Strustrup. Actually, I don't think I usually actually use the memory arena for files. So this is a bit of a new one on me. Let's roll with it though and just see what happens. How big is the memory arena as well, actually? It's possible. It's this 4 megabytes. Yeah, right, so that's surely big enough. So Bjorn Strustrup. Oh, we need to find the file this size of the file. Yeah, right. Jesus. F set or something? Nope. I know ftell is one of the things. Fseek. There we go. So we need to fseek to the seek end. Of the index file. And it's offset by 0, I believe. Is that correct? No, of course it isn't. So, and then int, that's interesting actually. Oh, that is interesting. We know what size we need for the index file, don't we? Because all we need to do here, because this is for each file. For each file we see, we want to load the current index and seek through it to see if our file is in the index. If it isn't, then we just straight up append a new entry to the index file, at least for now. As we go on, this will be more smart. So why have I done this exactly? Oh, this is so I can get the f-read stuff as well. Okay. So rather than doing this, let's say index size. And I suppose technically, now that we're going to actually have the size for the index buffer, I might as well use that. Oh, that's interesting actually. Yeah, if I do that, then I don't need to actually... This is very weird. And I'm basically just mucking about at this point. But if I were to do this, I won't need that. So let's give myself a buffer, claim that buffer. It's going to be the size of that. And then seek back to the start. Would that work? Well, maybe. And then this guy will actually have the size. You know, because claiming the buffer sets the size. So Bjorn Strustrup caused frustration. So read it in and then we close the file. Well, we want a index pointer. While that is pointing to something. While index pointer take away index location is less than the index size. We want to be checking to see if they start with the base file name. So we've read it in. It could still remain open while we're doing the check. Just to save us having to open it again, I guess. So while the index size, we're going to say oh my god, how did I do this in the quotes? Build quote, whatever. Oh, that's search quotes. String to int ID. Okay. Copy string. Oh, quite so point question is a buffer, is it? Is that right? Guess it is. So we're going to quote copy string no format T. I'll point to the NID. Oh, I see, right. Interesting. So this would actually be the index pointer. Yeah, I think that's what that would be. So inside that loop, let's say we've got a car. Indexed file name. Yeah, indexed file. And let's just give ourselves 32 things. That should be long enough, I think. Copy string. Oh, hold on. What was it? Was it copy string to buffer? 'Cause it shouldn't be. Oh, copy string no format T. Right. Okay. So we want to copy to the indexed file the index location. That might not be necessary. Copy string format T, index file, the index location. And it was also like index.pointer plus equals to the return code of this. If strings don't differ, then we say found equals be true, and we break, and then do something. I don't know what exactly. Maybe this isn't quite what I want. Well, actually, I suppose it is actually, because we're building the index. So if we got through, and let's say if found is equal to false at this point, then let's say that we just straight up f right. Or rather f print f, isn't it? Into the index file. And it's just going to be that, and a new line. And that is going to be the base file name and the title. And then then we just f close the file and decline the buffer. That kind of seems reasonable to me. But there's only a warning. So let's just see if we got anything. We did. And we got things out of order, interestingly. You see here we've got 20. We got 30. 30 before 29. 30 before 29.2. So that's sort of interesting. And then we've got risky 2 down here again. Yeah. I mean, I suppose technically, this isn't technical at all. I could just claim a buffer that's twice the size that I need. And now we get... We still get weird behaviour here. Let's just remove that. Rebuild that. Oh, right. So it's all, yeah. The first time through. Yeah, it's always going to be that. I suppose rather than using a buffer, maybe I just malloc it. Which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, just for the sake of it, let's just malloc it. Hold on a second. I shouldn't be doing that. I should be mallocing the index. Now what? For that type of argument? Really? Oh, right. That's how you do it. Yeah, index.location is equal to malloc. The ftail. Oh, right, yeah. And if I do that, then I do need to get the index size. You can't really use it if I use for memory is because I'm constantly changing the size of memory. I'm quite sure I really wanted to work with arenas. Yeah, I think basically they work best when you know like at compile time, how much information, how much memory you're gonna need. Whereas when you're working with files that you just don't, that are not under your control, you just can't know that, can you? I guess maybe for your UI you could use a memory arena. Like for your, well, even for your lists of files, even that couldn't necessarily work, could it? I suppose for like, I don't know, like if you've got an in-app configuration window, like there's got a limited amount of config things. I guess you could use it like that. You can implement memory arenas that can allocate new chunks. In case you did this eventually, by the max size to a file every time you create a new chunk. By the max size to a file. Oh, I see, yeah. So the next time you then run the program, it just looks at that file and sets the arena from that. That's an interesting idea. That is an interesting idea, actually. I suppose it's kind of like dynamic arenas. If when I do this. Well, the better to use as the base size. When next use when next run the program. Have a good dinner, Zillarisco. I think I might just quote to Saf directly here, actually. It's usually better to just quote people. Verbatim. Right, there we go. Yeah, that'll do. So what's he talking about? Malaki did. Oh, that's the old error, isn't it? Okay. So rather than declaiming that memory index, we then want to actually free it. think we've got free buffer. Oh, is it a buffer? It is a buffer. Free buffer. Index. Pretty sure I need to pass this like this. Yeah. So if I do that, I get no complaints. For some reason, yeah, I'm just not searching this thing correctly, am I? Yeah, I've got like twice as many 94, yeah, so I'm just completely not doing it right. Oh, I see, right, the reason I've got 1, 2 down there is that it's, again, trying to put them back in. Right, so what's going on? Let's just first of all take out this, because I'm not exactly sure that's correct. So that has put the thing in, again, like 28 and 29 in the wrong way around, which is really unfortunate. I think I'm going to have to do a pass over this to sort it, basically. Which is pretty awkward. It's good to find though, because I think it's only these guys with underscores that have actually affected it. Like all the others just happen to be in the right order. Or maybe it's to do with the last edit time of the file, maybe. But either way, I'm not quite doing this correctly. So I want to say index file 32 index pointer plus equal to copy string no format t index file. The indexed file and the base name, if they don't differ, then we found that they're true. Well, so we're not getting to this loop, are we not? Printf. Let me just pop it outside the loop. Well, hang on, will that help? Yeah, of course we need it within the loop because that's where we build the indexed file. So while the index.pointer, see, index location is marked that index.pointer is equal to the index location. Fseek index file. See, f read the index location. Index size index file. Boolean has found false. Index.pointer take within its location is less than the index.size. Oh, index.size. Yeah, this is index.size won't be set because I'm not claiming the buffer. So what's it saying? Copy string, no formats. Oh, I need to blooming iterate to the end of the goddamn line as well. Blimey. I found a match. Yeah. So did I actually print anything out there? Probably not. So we've read the index file into the index location. Oh, the index size isn't a blooming again. Right. That's interesting. So printf in it here. I mean, let's let's actually iterate to the end. Skip the line. So if they don't differ, if that and that don't differ, then we've found a match. Otherwise, well, it's not a new line. While that and its body is not a new line. Index.pointer plus equals a copy string no format to the indexed file. The base file name. Like for some reason. So we did find a match. We found one match for whatever it was. So yeah, we found one match. Then we break. What does the thing actually look like now? It's got 373 entries in it. it's going through the lines. So that is going all the lines. Found it's still false. God damn it. So we are iterating through the file. Indexed file. So I can actually print that here, couldn't I? Line that. Indexed file. Is that what I want? Yes, that is what I want. I reckon. So it's always risky one. Copy string buffer. The index location. That's not what I want. Ah. Hang on. We copy to the index pointer and then we do that. Ah, right. That's probably more like it. Well, maybe not. How was the other guy doing it? It was search quote, wasn't it? Search quotes. So yeah, it's quote staging pointer. We've got an out pointer for the in ID. Oh, hang on a sec. Right. The pointer. Just a read of size 1. Car pointer to the indexed file. Index.pointer. Index pointer. So it's a read. Indexed file. Line. What on earth is causing a read error? Saying it's line 2844. index to location is malloc the index size. While quit staging point is less than the quit staging, minus the quit staging location is less than the cache size. Where the hell am I getting the cache size from? File size. And then this is cache size. Heap buffer overflow on address that at that. Reader size 1 at there. In copy string no format T. In build index 192857. Index.pointer. Index.pointer is equal to the index location. So this is a newly malloced bit of stuff. F seek to the secant, index size equal to F tell that. Because we're doing this in another way now, just do that. Index file. Index pointer is equal to that. Then we want to F read into the index.location. The index size 1 index file. Well, that's less than the index size, which seems reasonable to me. Car indexed file 32. Copy string format to the pointer. Oh, right. I think that might be the error. No, Jesus. Two 846. Let's just see again. Oh, now what? If we can't malloc to the index location, I mean, I suppose technically, actually, I could say this. This won't help at all, but could just put that there. Well, ah. 2846 again. So if we fail to malloc, oh, well, hang on, we are setting the size, aren't we? Yeah. Aren't we? Let's see. Yeah. So we are setting the size. We seed back to the thing. We haven't made the thing into the buffer. Well, that happens down here, doesn't it? So we might want to malloc the location. But the trouble is, it's dying, isn't it? At this point, is it going to be this location? Chewing intensifies. Beyond Strewstrup caused frustration. Right, let's just see this. 2861 is now the thing. So index.pointer plus equal to the copy string no format. Copying to the pointer. The index.pointer up to that. Oh, shit. Yeah. I just need to then increment it once more to get past the new line for a start. And then I match. Ah, there we go. So that was probably the only problem. So if I just remove that index file, the first time I run it, we should find no matches, should we? And we don't. The next time we should find a load of matches. And if we find a match, then it sets that to true. And it's only if this is false it will print into the file. Yeah. So now what do we get? We do get exactly the people that we were expecting. The other thing still is that these people here are now in a weird order for some reason. But I think to save... And also I just better mention actually, the format of this file is that it's going to be, for now anyway, it's going to be this, then a comma, and then everything until the end of the line is going to be the title. So that'll have commas in it, which we just don't. These guys have no meaning for us. They're just part of the string. You know what's occurring to me actually now? Well, hang on a minute. Build index. This is the person who should be actually writing into one of the buffers. Title is subtitle. Like, now that I've written this, now that I've got this information here, I want to use this index file a monospaced serif font, no less. Yeah, I feel like if we get to the end of here, before we free the buffer, we want to send this buffer through to a generate index file. Well, actually, wait a second. Because the reason I was thinking of doing that was that once we get through to the end, if there's been any changes, if there hasn't been a change, then here we would want to then rebuild. Right. Well, I mean, it's like, if it's false, then we want to print into the index. And each time we don't find a new person, we then want to loop over the index, regenerating the thingamajig. So yeah, I suppose technically we don't care about actually tracking the thing. Here we would want to say, it's like an if integrating thing. do we have the base? Yeah, we've got the config, haven't we? Yes, we have got the base path. And we have got the... Well, yeah, we've got the actual goddamn path. The index path. Oh no, it's not the index... Sorry, it's not the index path. It's the base path is what we need. Let's just get this working, okay. So the index page path. Well, actually, the base path is what I would want it to be at, I think. Not sure if that's correct. Nope. No, that isn't what I want. See that? Base directory. Yeah. So index page path. So got the base directory, index that. And then what I want to do is claim buffer master. Index, well actually I think I've already got this like that. Index page. Index page. I want to make this the size of the index. Let's just make it index size times 2. So that's the size of this multiplied by 2. Well, hang on a second, could that be saying? I suppose technically I could actually work this out, couldn't I? Yeah, I could work this out. Because I know what the stuff should be. Like, it should be these number of characters for each thing. Yeah, it's probably going to be more than times 2 as well, actually. Always scared. Every time I do a string operation, I think it's going to be unbelievably slow. Huh. Um. I suppose you could check the disassembly, I guess. I mean, most of my string operations are just like copying from one pointer to another, kind of. So that's 13 bytes for that. I'm just trying to get at least a ballpark figure for this. That's 13 bytes as well, is it? How is that 13 bytes? And this is also 13 bytes. Right, including the new line, yeah. So 13 plus 14. And then for each person, it's going to be well, hang on. 21 plus 2, so 23. And then 17. So it's 23. Then it's the of the base file name. And then 17. Is that for that? Yeah. And then the string length. Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, hold on. This isn't going to help me because it's for every entry and I don't know how many entries there are yet. I suppose I could just chuck the count at the top of the file. Because I am going to have that eventually. String length. Ah, that's a point actually. Yeah, of course. So string so it's not this and this. This and this is going to be the length of the file, right? The file size. The file size. Well, no, even that is going to include the comma, isn't it? Oh, yeah, it's going to include the comma, which I don't need. So it's going to be that. Take away the entry counts. So we're going to have the DL plus DL. So that is constant. And then 17 plus 18, yeah. Where's the 23 come from? That was the href, wasn't it? So it's going to be that plus that, and then it's going to be that plus that plus that times by the entry counts. Isn't it? Plus the file size to take away the entry count. That's how many I need. Should we go for this? I mean, it sounds kind of reasonable to me. What's this for? This with a claim buffer. Really? What is master? It's not master, is it? It's memory arena. One simulator comments? Really? Ah, yes. Okay. So here's where we need to compute this. Right. Right, so if found is false, line. Yeah, right. So yeah, I've actually got the line already, haven't we? So under what circumstances would we actually get the correct count? So line be, I guess if strings don't differ. Oh, hang on a second. If strings don't differ, then we have got a match, we've got an entry. Is that right? It's like either way. Wait a minute. Come into this loop, come into this person here. Entry count, come to 0. So we're looking into the first line of the file. So if we've got through the file and it's false, then we need to increment the entry counts. because we're going to be adding a new entry. Have I written this into a buffer, by the way? fprintf. I don't think I have I? Where's fread? Index location, right. Ah, I see. So where am fprintfing this guy? I suppose. I'm just thinking back to when I did the BWT stuff. I needed to write into the start of the thing how long the file. Oh, I think it's a run length encoding actually. How long the file is, or how long the original file was. And I think I read it into a buffer, which I'm doing here. I'm reading it into the index.location buffer. If it doesn't match, then we skip the line. If we got a match, then we break. Oh, that's a point. If we got a match, we don't care anyway, because we're not going to be affecting the index file. So yeah, it is. If we don't match, we increase the entry count. So we know that we've got one entry in the thing. Then we go through. And then if we match, then we break and we found. So we won't enter this loop or enter this scope. So I think that's correct. But if we've got all the way through, increment the entry counts, we should then come into here and do the entry count again, because we're about to add an entry. Yeah, if I'm going to write into this as well, I need to actually make sure that I actually read in the entry count, don't I? Don't I? Or at least I need to skip over it. Is this getting a bit too tweaky now? Why did I want this in the first? Oh, the only reason I wanted this was so I could figure out the size of this guy, wasn't it? I mean, it will be good for me to actually write it in at some point, but this might not be a problem I need to solve immediately. Yeah, I think I'm going to actually postpone this. Just to let me get this actually going. And like, as I say, this entire thing is going to be changing anyway. Well, the index size is going to be just give ourselves a bunch of space. Okay. So claim buffer. Don't worry, we will need to declaim it. So upon claiming this buffer, we want to copy string to buffer. It's going to be basically and it's not going to actually be, this is going to be a, well, hang on a minute. DL, yeah, we're going to copy the DL first of all. Index page. And it's going to be HTML safe as well. But because I'm actually doing it myself, we don't need to do that. And then it's like, Jesus Christ, it's going to be a whole loop over here. So basically we're doing the same thing, but we're doing this loop again. Looping back over the index pointer. Is that right? I mean, this feels super incorrect, but let's just go with it. Oops. Okay. What is that like? Index page. Copy into buffer index page. Index page is a buffer, isn't it? Yeah. So I guess we probably need to put the index pointer back as well. In its location. So while that is less than that, we want to say this same stuff again. Yeah, it is just this, isn't it? It's the index file 32. So that is going to be that. And then we can copy that string. Oh, copy string, no format. Oh, hang on, copy string. HTML. Where am I copying on this to? Copy string to buffer. HTML safe. So I'm copying this to the indexed thingamajig, isn't it? Index page. Oops. and this needs to be the indexed file. Is this going correctly? I'm not really sure if this is. It probably is, actually. We want to copy the string to buffer. That. And then we want to say... We actually want to say, is that plus equal to that plus 1? So that it skips past the comma. And then we want to say the... the title. Well, hold on a minute. I don't know if I can do... is equal to copy... Oh, hold on. No, that won't work, I don't think. So let's just give ourselves 255 for this. And copy string, no format, T. I want to be copying into the title. Whose language C? It is C, yeah, it's C99. For my sins, yeah. And the terminating character should be the new line. I think that should be correct. So that has produced a title. This is complete rubbish as well, actually. It should be something like this. Ahref. Oh, wait a second as well. I can do the whole lot in the one call. I think. If I just figure out the thing first. So if I say title is equal to that, and then I say the index pointer. So that is going to write that into there. So yeah, that has written it into the indexed file. And then if I were to now say here that the pointer is going to be equal to the title, same pointer, but just point it into a different person. Copy all that stuff into that title. Right. Then I should be able to say Ahref, just consult that again, Ahref, that, right, yeah, so I need that, it's all this HTML shenanigans again, so I need that, and then a new line, and then I'll just actually copy one of these dudes down. Oh, right, yeah, snippet of the text or something, which I realised I didn't necessarily need. And then this is going to be an S. So that's going to be the indexed file, and then the title. And then finally, it should be an href, right? Rather, just closing the thing. And then after this entire loop, I want to copy string to buffer. The index page. Right? Is that correct? No. Copy string to buffer HTML safe. Index page. So copy string no format. So you go. So maybe I don't need to do the HTML safe. Let's just see. So we've written out that whole thing. So at this point, we want to open up our index file, like the contents page, basically. So the index page path. We want to say index page. And if we manage to open it up, then we just fwrite that thing to it. It's the index page location. Beyond bootstrap, so the size can be the index page dot pointer take away the index page location. I hope that's correct. Caused frustration, and I'm writing it to the index page. And then we can close that file and decline the buffer. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Oops. Oh, hang on, it's test territory. Oh, no. Oh, the index. Well, hang on, the index page. Yeah, the index page path should be fine, shouldn't it? The base directory is currently tester. Buffer index page. F open index page path. Contents page. What am I not doing right here? Index page path should be that. The base directory in index HTML. Oh. Yeah, I went to build this thing because there was stuff already in the index. Ah, okay. So what am I not doing right here? The index page path. Ah, interesting. Well, I mean, that's possibly because I'm not getting into the index part of it again. Oh. Okie dokie. So, oh, we're not in integrate mode. Wait. Sorry, we're, integrate. Oh, right. Jesus. Yeah, this if isn't quite correct, is it? I don't think. So we're not gonna, still not got on the index. There we go. At least we've got something happening. So, there's a read. Copies during no format again. Doesn't like, what does it like? 2903 now. Am I not? What am I not doing correctly here? Copies during no format. Oh, right, yeah, I need to increment the pointer. Is that right? I need to increment the index pointer. Index.pointer plus equal to that plus 1, maybe? It's a little bit risky there because I don't want to iterate past the end of the file. Oh, it's this situation again, is it? How much am I claiming for the index page? It's so claim. Hang on. The index page. The buffer the index for claim. So yeah, when we claim, can accommodate 121 character string. Okay. In that case, let's just say that times 2. I don't know. So there's our index.html. So what's that actually given us? Has it given us anything at all? Oh, wait, I'm at the wrong thing. I need to go to, yeah. Here is where I need to go. That's more like it. Wow. So, yeah. Right. Interesting. So what might be nice here is if we actually have a notion of the numbering scheme for the project in question, which I just don't have at the moment. So, for example, Risky Business is like a linear numbering scheme for its days. So it's like day 1, day 2, day 3, and so on. The Handmade Dev Show, for example, it's in a seasonal numbering scheme. So it's like the 2015 season, episode, whatever. And then we have like Fiery Drake's debugger episodes, which are not numbered, so they take like a dative numbering scheme or something, I guess you could call it. Nice that that does the HTML safe stuff. So yeah, again, these are out of order. Actually, let's just remove the index.html.back and the contents. Config.h is in the test directory, is it? I wonder what's in there exactly. And this is actually in the current directory. So yeah, contents was that, and I don't need that anymore because that was just a mock-up. Test directory contents you can go to. So that's thrown all of those people. Why has it regenerated everyone, I wonder? Or rather, why has it sent everybody into the server? But yeah, now this is the... Oh, that's interesting. I don't know if you can see this, but if you check out this stuff down here, when I hover over up here, it's still registering as a thing over here, which is kind of hilarious. I think I'll have to do something about that. Probably. But at least it's doing exactly what I would expect. So the only thing really that I need to do is prettify this stuff, basically. You want to be inline elements, not block elements. So that means if I go to Cinera.css, I want to say that a definition list DD. Sorry, a definition list DD needs to have the displays in, what was it, inline. Oh, hang on a second. So this is actually a D. What is it actually? So it's a definition list, then an A. Okay. Oh, it's the wrong thing again. Where's the file? File ding ding. Is this right? This should be correct, I think. So this time let's just get Firefox opened. So we can actually see what's going on here. So there's that. Let's inspect one of these people. It's a DT. So the DL is the whole thing. The A is that. So display inline. There we go. So that was display inline on the DT. Yeah, DT start display inline. So what did I say? DLDT display inline. Oops. Oh, there's no HTML page. Ah, right. Ah, that's going to affect it, isn't it? That would help, actually, wouldn't it, if I actually gave it the goddamn thing. Yeah. Let us say... God. Yeah, let's just roll it into the whole thing. I mean, I kind of want to say that I just want to keep this index page buffered just for this. and then collate this into master. Should we do that? Should I do that? I mean, actually, this all of this stuff should actually happen anyway, and it's only if we're integrating then we say we collate that into the, well, yeah, I think that's something I need to work on actually. Like work out exactly where I want to, if I want to like give myself a new collation buffer, I guess. Sorry, that was probably totally incomprehensible, by the way. Let's just claim a buffer. Claim from the memory arena. And let's make it the size of... God, it's this again, isn't it? So that's 8K I've got for that guy. 16K should we go for? Oh, what does what? Okay. Okay. Clover master, and I want to copy string to buffer, copying it to the master buffer, and it's going to be HTML. Have I got a kind of a copy of this somewhere that I could just use? Yeah. Oh, the collation buffers includes. I suppose I could nick that, kind of. Although I don't have it, I don't think. Do I? Let's see. I mean, we could pass it, couldn't we? Why not just pass it? Don't think that's how I'd pass it. Collation buffers includes. Might not be an arrow either. Yeah. Oh. Really? Incompatible type for argument 2 of copy buffer. You'd expected a buffer star, but argument is of type buffer. Okay then. So we do the includes and then we copy it into buffer again. We just borrow that thing again. Let me just nick most of this actually, just to save me having to go back for it. So head, body, and then we want to copy the index page. And then maybe we copy a new line to it. Although, frankly, why not just do that? So let's just see if that is at all anywhere near correct. Well, it does build. So then what we do is we're going to, we've written to master, open that, then we write out maybe that's somewhere close to being sane. This might crash and burn though. Well, it hasn't crashed, which is pretty interesting. What are we looking at here? And it probably didn't build that thing, did it? Because we've got the index file. We probably do need like a forced rebuild option. Well, so we have got the includes now. Cinera.css is there. HTML head body. There's our guy. This isn't correct at all. Oh, right. The includes path. The includes path for this person isn't correct, which is the interesting part of this entire adventure. Because part of the whole reason for doing this was to give ourselves a bit of perspective on these paths. I'll just show you what I mean, because like this path, this file here has the correct path, but this guy here, because it's a it's a directory up, it should have one fewer like previous directory things. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it here. It's like 3:30, and hopefully Absolver is almost finished downloading, so we have to play that. But if I were to just if I had to just manually change those paths. Wait a minute. What? Oh, I like how that was also passed. Although that would have applied to the main guys. But what happened here? Test directory. Oh right. There we go. That's what I want. Jesus. So if I just delete forwards to that first person. There we go. So that has applied that. Which isn't correct, obviously. Would be inline block, maybe? No. So I need to figure out some way of doing this. Unless maybe I'm going about this the wrong way. Maybe the DT should be the only thing that has the A. Yeah, that's probably what I need to do. So let's just change that. So it's not, it wasn't this necessarily. It was like this, rather than doing DT out here, I should be saying just that, I think. Oh, wow. And now that probably hasn't rebuilt it because, again, I've still got the template dangling around. Sorry, I've still got the index. Okay, remove the index, rebuild this guy. Yeah, and now we don't get the crazy situation where the whole width of the thing matches the anchor. So yeah, I think we're getting there. That's one hell of a function that I just made today, wasn't it? 260 line. Sorry, hang on. So 122 lines of code written today. And it was all in this one file, wasn't it? Sorry, all in this one function, build index. And this person just called it. So yeah, I think I haven't messed anything up elsewhere, I don't think. So yeah, I think we did it. Yeah, we did do it, yeah. I think I'm going to call it here. I like how inconsistent this is, by the way. So this fails, and this does a P error. In this situation, I want to do an actual error code and return 1. But if this fails, I'm just P erroring for some reason. So, yeah. That was just test code. So I don't need that. And I've still got that note to write the entry count into the index. And this integrate part of it, yeah. So the things to think about are how to deal with I mean, it's kind of like the collation buffers, like whether to add the index page as another collation buffer. I'm kind of inclined to say no, but one thing we will need to do is to add one of those template tags for the index, so you can actually yeah, that's the point actually. Well, maybe not actually. I was going to say maybe we would need to add the index page buffer to the collation buffers because we'd need it to be available. But that isn't necessarily the case. We could just sort of say that the integration just happens in here, like in an if here. And this person only needs to know about the index page template, which we get from the config. And the config currently doesn't contain an index page template. So I think that's all it would need to take, I think. We just need to add we don't need to add that to the config. And then when we are integrating with it, we will need to actually do the same procedure as we did for the other integration. So maybe that. Oh, hang on. No, the first thing though is figuring out the path, isn't it? Hang on a second. Why? Wait. This path is not. Right. The path is still incorrect. But this guy's still okay. So yeah, I think the next thing we need to figure out, we actually need to nail down this. Computing the actual base path. Well, hang on. Is that going to be so hard? It's probably not going to be so hard, honestly. The index path. Do we have the base? Hang on for a second. The base file name is there. Base file the base directory. Oh, it's the include, isn't it? Yeah, because we took that verbatim from the includes. Yeah, this bit here. So yeah, I need to just figure out that. How exactly I want to pass this stuff down the pipeline. Well, actually, it doesn't need to have a script, does it? includes. And bearing in mind, I'm only going to have two types of page as well. I'm only going to have the contents page and the video page. What? Oh, it's the source for it. Why is the source only that? Right, yeah. So yeah, we're gonna have the contents page, and then these pages, and that's it. So maybe I will just. Got the config. Yeah. This is just something I'm just gonna have to nail down. Obviously. But I think I'll do that next time. I think for now I'll just call it here. See how Absolver's doing. I sort of half expected it to take another hour, honestly. Yeah, but I think I will definitely call it here. We've hung on long enough. So I will go a gathering and whatever. A gathering and a resting of the throat. But yeah, we've made progress, which is always good. So close. But the thing is that we can't do everything though, Zillarisco. Like, if we do everything today, then just think when we come back tomorrow, like, there'll be nothing for us to do, and we'll have to sort of do it again. These working windows. Well, possibly. I mean, so the thing I was thinking about doing with porting was actually porting it to FreeBSD first, because that's what my server runs on. It's like the place where it's actually hosting. Gosh, have I got it open? This person here. Actually, I could just push the. Well, could I push it? I don't know that I could. Hang on. Oh, it is pushed. The only thing is, it's got the weird formatting. Oh, hang on, which means that it's only the formatting that's busted. So I don't need the template stuff. So if I just rsync it. And again, we've got some stuff going in there. Next stage my swap for some reason. So yeah, the place that's actually that's hosting this is running FreeBSD. It wasn't actually, no. So it's currently running on my own. So this is my own local system. But the thing is, it doesn't run on my server. Like I've tried to run it on FreeBSD. Well, I tried to build it on FreeBSD, but it just doesn't build. It's not like an automatic thing. So I will need to actually port it to that platform. So you know, there's the video. gets put to your server. No, it doesn't. No. Currently, I have to actually rsync the stuff. That's how stuff actually gets there. But I was thinking for kind of testing purposes that I would need to. I would either need to port it to FreeBSD, or I'd need to actually have Nginx serving up the stuff. Because like, as you can see here, if I go to if I go to file.index.html, yeah, if we go here, so this is the local stuff. If I try to go to a file, it doesn't go to the actual index.html, but on the actual server, if I try to go to the same thing, it does actually go to the file. It goes to the actual page. So in order to get this actually working, I need to have Nginx actually hosting the stuff, or serving up the stuff. So those were the two directions I was thinking of doing. Nginx is that a weapons as far as Melgo? It is actually, yeah. Yeah, it totally is. Yeah, I haven't actually played Metal Gear, so I don't honestly actually get that reference. I mean, I think I had a demo of like the start of Metal Gear Solid 1 on the PlayStation, but I never had the full game, to my shame. But yeah, those are the directions I'm thinking of doing. Either a FreeBSD port, or getting this actually serving up here using Nginx. Seen a lot of speedruns, right? Yeah, I mean, it depends. So on Windows port in general, it's like if somebody has a server that runs Windows, then yeah, I would need to port it. Because it's open action. But I'm just not sure if people actually use Windows servers. But I mean, having said that, it could even just be a cool exercise anyway. You know, just to, for you to take this code and get it working on Windows. I'm not sure exactly what it entail. But yeah, I guess I'll figure out what kinds of things it entail when I actually port it to FreeBSD. But anyway, I think I said about half an hour ago that we were done. So we're definitely done for now, I think. Unfortunately, I can't get it to work. Oh. I have a Dell priority that I had Windows on it. I'm planning to put something there. Ah. That's unfortunate. A Dell Power Edge. CPU product line. Huh. So it's an actual server. That had Windows on it. So it can run Windows okay, but you're struggling to get Linux running. Hmm. I don't know, dude. I mean, you could try installing Arch on it, maybe. Following the old guide, if you fancy. Although I'm not quite sure that Arch is super appropriate for servers because it's kind of really current. Well, I mean, I suppose you could, technically, I suppose you could use the long-term support kernel. Um, yeah, I guess you could do that. Why can't I just remember this? Oh, right. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, that's a different kettle of fish entirely. Yeah, I don't know exactly how you do go about that, getting that figured out. I think Asaf would be the guy to help you with that, with his electric circuit knowledge. I do need rest. I do. Yeah. Yes, I'm definitely going for now. So yeah, thank you once again, Heroes and Heroines, for being wherever you are, for being here as well, for being heroic and inspiring, and generally electronically beautiful. Until next time, a very fond farewell for now.